Hi, my name is Darren Lenton. I operate a project called Neural Advantage, and I wanted to take some time out to explain my perspective on arthritis, both osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. First, I just kind of wanted to show you I am on the Spokane River here, just outside of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Very pretty day. But anybody paying attention might go, well, Darren, what's the point in telling people where you are? I mean, you do energy work and you do this remote work. And I'd have to agree, yeah, you're right. It doesn't really matter where I am because I can help anywhere. So my perspective on rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis is the root cause is pretty much the same. Both are structural problems, but with roots in glitches within the nervous system, neurological signaling errors, errors in the neural network, however you want to say that. It's all the same thing. So, gosh, Darren, rheumatoid arthritis. You look on the internet and there's no cure for that. You just got to take some meds and suck it up. I would say that's not true. Let's address the root cause. If you've seen in other videos, I talk about inflammation being present in the body, and that's due to, in many cases, signaling errors in the nervous system, telling the rest of the body, hey, wait a minute, I'm injured. We need to initiate the healing process. Let's add some inflammation. Let's add some swelling, some edema. Let's get this party started and fix this problem up. Let's heal. The problem is, if the neurons that are signaling the inflammation and the swelling, whatever, persists over a period of time, we get an accumulation of scar tissue, fibrosity, naturally occurring substances, structures in the body, but in the wrong context, in the wrong amount, and in the wrong place. Well, if the source for the inflammation is signaling errors in the nervous system, then it would make a lot of sense to try to figure out which of these neurons are glitchy and screaming out to the rest of the body, hey, I've been hurt, let's heal, and reset those back to normal expression. Because turning those problems off is like turning the faucet off on the scar tissue and the other stuff that could be growing in their fibrosities. So turning off that inflammation, that's part of the problem. That's putting out the fire. That's turning off the faucet. But using energy, I regularly melt out, change the status of the goop, of the crud that winds up accumulating in that joint, whether it's a finger joint, a knee joint, whatever, spine. You change the physical status of that accumulated crud from something that's more solid and taking up space and causing pain to something more liquid. It gives that person's body an opportunity, a window of opportunity to clean some of that crud out. Just like melting scar tissue out of muscles, fascia, whatever. So you can see with this thought process, we can help resolve the underlying cause for the rheumatoid arthritis and get the crud that's packing the joint out of the joint. So somebody might say, well, gosh, what does that do? What do you do for osteoarthritis? How can you possibly help with that? I would say let's go back to the glitches in the neural network that are causing the muscles that cross that joint to misbehave. That misbehavior of that muscle is a neuromuscular dysfunction. Some people might want to call it bad motor control. Both would be right. So just like figuring out which neurons are causing the inflammation in a rheumatoid arthritis problem or an accumulation of scar tissue, fibrosity, calcifications, bone spurs, it's the same idea and the same approach. We would resolve the neuromuscular dysfunction, the poor motor control, controlling that joint, causing bad joint centration, a compressive strategy, because if muscles, let's say, that cross that joint on one side of the joint aren't working well, and they're in a spasm due to an error in the neural network, that joint, let's say if we've got this gliding joint here, kind of doing a bad job of representing that, but if we've got way too much tension on this side and not so much tension over here, you can see that you've got a chitty bang bang situation where this joint's just it's self-destructing because it's got uneven tension on each side. Resolve the motor control issue, and you just like fixing an alignment problem in the front end of your car, the car stops tearing itself apart or reduces the inappropriate wear, which should happen, which needs to happen. Well, what if you have poor motor control on both sides of this joint? Let's say, the left and right side of the joint, and we've got muscles in spasm, or they're tight, persistently tight. Well, now you've got a compressive strategy on the joint. Cartilage is going to wear out. Say it's in a knee or a finger, on both sides rather than just one side in the previous example. If you have a compressive strategy, muscles are in spasm on each side of a spinal segment, then that disc in between those vertebrae are going to be like the marshmallow in a s'mores, and it's just going to get smashed, and then it's going to bulge, and then you keep using it, you keep doing it because nobody has a fix for it, at least not one that lasts. Maybe one that works for a few days or a week or whatever, then you got to go back. Over time, as you're using that joint and you don't have and the problem hasn't been resolved, this bulging disc starts to wear out, gets holes, and then all the jelly that's inside the disc extrudes, it pokes out, causes all kinds of problems. So if we can resolve the motor control issue that is causing a compressive strategy at a joint, we can put a halt to the damage. Now, I don't have an approach yet for regenerating cartilage or anything like that. That's beyond me at this point. I don't think it's beyond possibility at some point for somebody, maybe not me, maybe me, I don't know. At some point I thought what I'm doing now was impossible, but it's very possible, and I do it every day. So hit me up with any questions. If this generates any questions, I'm an open book. I'll tell you I'll tell you what I see. I'll tell you the thought process behind this stuff. I'd love to talk shop. So my name is Darren. I operate Neural Advantage. It doesn't matter where I am or where you are, because we can still resolve some problems. Hope you have a great day.